Belgrade, December 28, 2002. Emir Kusturica has called for a pause in the shooting of his film Hungry Heart to take stock of his work. Kusturica's films have always displayed a fondness for farcical comedy. Underground and Time of the Gypsies, in particular, contain echoes of a Chaplin-esque universe. On this night, he watched the Circus in a room of the Hotel Moscow.
As usual, I start my movie and then I discover during the shoot that whatever was on the paper is not enough. It's not sufficient to what I feel at that moment when I'm building or imposing my film structure for the future. So basically, what made Chaplin cinema extremely interesting among a million other things is basically that he was doing his films as almost as a writer when he starts writing his novel. He was doing movies from 1 year to 2 years. And one of the reasons why his movies are so appealing and so strong is that basically he was really structuring, and he was doing, was one of the architects of cinema.
I did not have to read books to know that the theme of life is conflict and pain. For me, pantomime was a universal means of communication. With pantomime, I can say everything, move from farce to pathos, from comedy to tragedy, with much less effort than words would involve.
Cinema is, before anything, space. How you enter the scene, how you exit the scene, how you do all these trivial things that the viewer and the audience do not need to know. He was, I would say, inventing the life, another life. And that's why this cinema was so big, and they used to say bigger than life. What this man brought to cinema, the biggest innovation that he brought to cinema, basically patent that he brought, is how somebody invades the space. If you look today's cinema, which I somehow compare to the past and to his cinema, you don't need the words. Even if in the speaking movies that he's made afterwards, you mostly had, and the biggest quality of this was how he was managing the space.
The film opens with an extraordinary shot that works on the accumulation of circular shapes and gives the action its special light. After an iris-out effect, punctuated by a crash of cymbals, the rider is literally ejected from the flat surface of the hoop into a three-dimensional universe, which will become the main stage of this human comedy. This tear reveals the circus ring and the smiling rider concluding her act to take her bows to the audience. In this extremely concise exposition, Chaplin works towards contrast and brings the scene to an unusually violent climax.